Here in the U.S. tonight on Martha's Vineyard, there is late word this evening that police have recovered the body of a missing paddleboarder, a beloved employee who worked as a chef for former President Obama. Police say divers found Tafari Campbell about 100 feet from shore in Edgardtown Great Pond. He was there visiting. The Obamas were not there at the time. Mr. and Mrs. Obama releasing a statement tonight saying they met him at the White House and he's been a part of their lives ever since.
All right, guys, so I'm going full Alex Jones. I'm putting my conspiracy theorist hat on here for this video because that is the only way I can make sense of this story, okay? A story that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard about already, which is about a man that was found dead on Obama's estate, and he has now been identified as Obama's personal chef. Tafari Campbell was a White House chef before coming on in personal employ of Obama's after President Obama left office in 2017. Okay, so what we have here is a mysterious story that has a lot more questions than answers, and I'm going to talk about it because this makes absolutely zero sense to me. Okay, honestly, I'm not even sure I believe the mainstream liberal media explanation for what happened at all. Okay, but hey, this is what they're saying happened, so we got to go with it, even though it doesn't make any sense, okay, for various reasons, right? The 43-year-old man who drowned while paddleboarding off the Edgardtown coast of Martha's Vineyard on Sunday has been identified as the personal chef to Barack and Michelle Obama. Tafari Campbell was a White House chef before coming on in the personal employee of the Obamas after President Obama left office in 2017. Divers discovered his body just before 10 a.m. from Edgardtown Great Pond, in which the Obama family's $12 million mansion lies. Again, ain't that crazy? How Obama was broke before he got in office, right? And all of a sudden, you know, after becoming president, he's living in $12 million mansions, right? Again, these politicians getting rich. They're getting rich in office. In the past, Campbell wrote the words, quote, "still can't swim" in the form of a hashtag on an Instagram post. So, again, one of the reasons why I'm skeptical of this is because, you know, I'm going to make some jokes here, some race jokes. Okay, so don't get offended. It's just a joke. Black folks don't do this, right? Black people don't do this, okay? I ain't never heard of a black person paddleboarding, right? Never heard of it, okay? When I saw a black man paddleboarding, I said, hell no. That ain't right, right? This ain't right, okay? We don't F with the ocean like that. I'm just keeping it 100 with you, okay? Black people don't swim. We don't vibe with the ocean like that, okay? We just not into it, right? And don't get me wrong, okay? I've been in the ocean, okay? I've swam in the ocean. I've done some stupid stuff, okay? But generally speaking, I try to avoid the ocean as much as I can, okay? I don't really like getting into the ocean, right? I avoid it. I can swim, but I can like barely swim, right? And I know that, yes, this is a pond, okay, not an ocean, but still, my point is that black people generally stay away from large bodies of water, okay? But apparently this large body of water, at least where they found them, it was 8 feet deep, okay? 8 feet deep, which is not very deep, okay? I mean, I've swam in swimming pools that were 16 feet deep, okay, which again is kind of scary, but I've swam in them, right? I barely, you know, was keeping up, okay, but I swam in them. 8 feet ain't that deep, okay? I mean, it's hard for me to imagine a guy who actually does know how to swim, because he posted this on his social media that he knows how to swim, and he's also a pretty fit guy. It's hard for me to believe that this guy would drown in 8 feet of water. Let's watch this. What is this, a backstroke? Again, I don't even think I can do that, right? Again, this don't. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. This don't look like the type of guy that would drown in 8 feet of water. I mean, again, this is pretty good. Okay, this is pretty good. Doesn't make any sense to me, right? I'm scratching my head on this one for various reasons, okay? The guy knows how to swim, and he drowned in 8 feet of water. The math ain't math in here, right? This pool could be deeper than 8 feet. I don't know. But I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical, okay? I'm extremely skeptical. I'm just not buying it, right? I'm not buying it. in my opinion, I think that there is either foul play, okay, and I'm not accusing Obama of anything, right? Or, this may have been an act of, self-deletion. I don't know. Okay, again, reports don't go either way right now. They're just saying that he drowned, they found him, and that's where we're at. But I just don't think that is one of those things where it was an accident where, he fell off of the paddleboard or whatever into the water and all of a sudden, he drowned. Unless maybe he experienced some type of, I don't know, cardiac event or something like that while he was, in the water. Maybe he went into shock because he fell off the paddle. I'm not sure. But I'm just saying, more than likely, a guy who can swim like this, he ain't drowning, right? He ain't just going to drown. Now, again, we're talking about a pond here. We're not talking about ocean. Now, if it was in the ocean, I would be a little bit different. The reason why I would say that is because in the ocean, right, that's a whole different monster, okay? Those waves are crazy, okay? And, yeah, I mean, even if you know how to swim, you definitely can drown, right? Swimming out in the ocean, even if you know how to swim. So, if this was the ocean, okay, I would say, something a little bit different. But, again, it's a pond, 8 feet. I don't know, man. I'm not buying it. Quote, Massachusetts State Police said Campbell was from Dumfries, Virginia, and was visiting Martha's Vineyard at the time of his passing. President and Mrs. Obama were not present at the residence at the time of the accident, the Chicago Sun-Times reported. I mean, who knows? The guy could have saw something weird, right, at the Obama's place. I don't know. I mean, I feel like hanging out with Obama and Michelle, I probably would see something weird that maybe send me into shock. I don't know, right? I have no clue. I'm just saying there could be all types of crazy stuff going on here. In a statement, the Obamas praised Campbell, saying, quote, Tafari was a beloved part of our family. When we first met him, he was a talented sous chef at the White House, creative and passionate about food and its ability to bring people together. In the years that followed, we got to know him as a warm, fun, extraordinary, kind person who made all of our lives a little brighter. Quote, that's why when we were ready to leave the White House, we asked Tafari to stay with us, and he generously agreed. He's been a part of our lives ever since, and our hearts are broken that he's gone. Again, makes me wonder, okay, what were some of the things that, he experienced living with the Obamas? Is there any connection to that? Okay, and what happened here? Who knows? I'm not making any claims either way. I'm just asking questions, which apparently is a bad thing. Okay, I mean, some people might react like Anthony Weiner did when Patrick Bet-David simply asked questions about the Clintons, okay, and their history. Quote, today, we join everyone who knew and loved Tafari, especially his wife, Shiraz, and their twin boys, Xavier and Salvin, in grieving the loss of a truly wonderful man. The Obamas' multi-million-dollar vacation estate on Martha's Vineyard saw a massive response from emergency responders when accounts emerged of a man dressed in black without a life preserver paddleboarding off the coast. He was seen to be struggling. Another paddleboarder had been with the male at the time and saw him go under the water. The recovery was made around 100 feet from shore, where water was around 8 feet in depth. Numerous agencies responded, including Edgardtown Fire and all island fire departments, local police, state police, patrols, air wing, and detectives, the Dukes County Sheriff's Department, and the Coast Guard. Yeah. So, again, thoughts and prayers go out to this man and his family, his twin boys. They lost a father. Obviously, that is tragic. Apparently, allegedly, he was struggling. Okay, that's how the story goes. He wasn't wearing a life preserver, which is probably a bad move. And, he was paddleboarding off the coast. I don't know, right? I don't know. But, hey, this is not the first time that a White House chef has, died as a result of drowning. Take a look at this news clip of a former White House chef who was hired by the Clintons, Hillary Clinton more specifically, to work at the White House, and his mysterious death. Take a look.
Now know how Walter Sheeb died. His body was found Sunday night just off the Yerba Canyon trailhead in very rugged terrain. New Mexico State Police say after an autopsy, the medical investigator reports Sheeb drowned, and his death is officially an accident. Sheeb moved to Taos in March. A friend told our partners at the Journal he may have been trying to be closer to his girlfriend. He previously worked as a chef in the White House, first under Bill Clinton, and stayed on when George W. Bush took over. Last night, President Clinton released a statement reading in part, "Hillary and I are saddened by the tragic passing of former White House executive chef Walter Sheeb. Our family was grateful to have Walter with us in the White House for 6 years, where we and visitors from around the world loved his delicious and creative meals." And former First Lady Laura Bush added, "President Bush and I are saddened by the tragic death of former White House executive chef Walter Sheeb. Walter was an outstanding talent. He prepared magnificent dinners for world leaders and delicious fare for our family and friends. George and I send our heartfelt sympathy to Walter's loved ones." He was also involved in multiple charities, appeared on Iron Chef, started his own corporation, and wrote a book.
Yeah, so again, I'm not sure what's up with White House chefs and drowning, but again, it is something that I think that we should ask questions about, and I don't think that as of right now, I necessarily can lean any way in regards to a conclusion, in regards to why this happened. I think outside of a medical emergency, again, maybe he had a heart attack while he was paddleboarding, and that's why this happened. But if he didn't have a medical emergency, I find it very hard to believe that a man who clearly can swim very well just drowned in 8 feet of water after falling off of a paddleboard, okay? I just got a whole lot of questions about that. Who knows? Unless, again, it was something else, going on here. I have no clue. I'm just saying that this is a story that, probably should, look out for more details, okay? And currently, I see reports about a toxicology report, okay, where they're examining whether or not he had any type of drugs or any substances in his system. That could have played a part as well, too. If he was out there paddleboarding, baked, okay, or on some Hunter Biden stuff, maybe that can contribute as well, too. Who knows? I have no idea what he was into. You just never know what any of these people are into, really. So, I mean, it's just hard to say at this point. It really is hard to say. So, again, we got some strange stories going on today. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.